I remember exactly where I was when I heard the news that Kobe Bryant had died. I was up in Boulder, Colorado, and at the time I was going to different events, setting up a table and being like, hey, we'll help replace your windows, come sign up for information, different fairs and festivals and stuff like that. It was my lunch break, and I had walked down the road to this local tavern because I just wanted some good pub food, and they sold candied bacon, which is just strips of bacon covered in brown sugar, basically. So I was chewing on candied bacon at a bar in Boulder, Colorado, when I look up at the bartender and I go, how's your day going, right? And he goes, honestly terrible. I go, why? He said, Kobe Bryant died. And like everybody, I was shocked. I was like, what? How? What happened? And the bartender said, he died in a helicopter crash. And I went, oh, that makes sense. And that's because helicopters are the single stupidest human invention of all time. They are the worst vehicle to ever be produced. Helicopters are death traps. Yes, I appreciate Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. But helicopters are death traps. This is a PSA. Helicopters, right, crash 60% more than similarly sized vehicles, right? 60% more often. If you are in the class, right, and everybody in the class takes a test, and the teacher curves the test, right, so that everybody else's baseline is 100%, right, and you're still failing at a 60% rate, you're the dumb one. You're the dumb one. And I'm not saying that kids failing at tests don't deserve help or don't deserve love, but what I'm saying is that maybe that kid, you don't put them in charge of flying superstars around like NBA legend Kobe Bryant. Right? Seriously, Google the statistics on it. It's maddening. And I know that Hollywood isn't real life, but it says something about it when every single helicopter in a Hollywood movie ends up either on fire or on the ground. Legitimately, name one movie where a helicopter is featured as like the primary mode of transportation where that helicopter does not crash. And I'm not talking about, oh, there was a helicopter in the background of that one shot for like 5 seconds. I'm talking about where like our main heroes get on some form of a helicopter. Name one film where a helicopter doesn't crash in that scenario. I went out looking for it, right? I still can't find one. I even went so far as to look at the movie Planes, right? Planes, that 3D bastardized offshoot of the Cars franchise, but they're planes. I looked at that one because I saw that there was a helicopter character in that movie, and I'm like, surely in the children's film, they don't crash the helicopter. I'm pretty darn sure they crashed the helicopter in that movie. I didn't spend money to rent the movie and watch it, but I'm pretty sure I found a YouTube clip where the helicopter in that movie crashes. It's a universal truth. Here's the part that really gets to me. Right? Is that Kobe Bryant took the helicopter, right, up through the mountains of Calabasas. But then the helicopter goes down in the middle of the woods, right? And the people who need to get there to the recovery site realize that it's going to take too long to get up there by driving. And so, do you know how they got up to the helicopter crash site? With a second goddamn helicopter. Did you not learn your lesson? That's like going to try and recover the Titanic with an exact replica of the Titanic. But that wasn't even the end of it, right? That wasn't even the end of it. Because again, I'm in that bar in Boulder, Colorado, and the bartender has turned the TV over to Sports Center coverage. Of course, they got all of the memoriams and they got all of the interviews. Oh, I miss Kobe. He was such a great man. But as they're talking about Kobe Bryant and his death, they go, all right, and now we're going to bring you live footage from the Staples Center where a crowd has gathered to remember Kobe. And they cut to this aerial shot of all the people gathered outside of the Staples Center. Do you know how they got that aerial shot? Do you know what vehicle they used to get that shot? A goddamn helicopter. What is wrong with you people? Wait a day, for Christ's sake. That would be like people covering the death of Steve Irwin while standing directly next to a Stingray tank. Except that they totally did that shit too. I definitely remember that from my childhood. I was like, what is wrong with people? So yeah, a lot of people learned a lot of different lessons from Kobe's life and his early passing. And I guess the lesson that I learned and the lesson that I want to pass along. Sometimes you can just take the bus, you know?